Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John. This is Many a True Nerd, and this is Hitman Blood Money No Kill. This is a murder of crows. We're not actually murdering a crow right now. We are going to be following this crow. First things first, you just need to follow the red crow because sooner or later he is by far the easiest way to sneak inside the the lair where the main bad guy is hanging out. And also, if you take him out now, then if there's no red guy, then there is no assassination, and that means there is no time limit. Otherwise, sooner or later, the politician will be assassinated, and your job is to stop that happening. Thank God this payment drop is being done by a man dressed in really, really obvious clothing, because if it was being done kind of in any way subtly, then this might be difficult. It might be difficult to track him. If he was just dressed like everyone else, I'd never be able to follow him. He's going to go in there? He's going to go in there. Get the suit, then change back into my main suit. The reason that is, I don't want the suit locked in the dumpster, but I want him locked in the dumpster. And I want all this done before the police show up, because the police show up. And the briefcase full of diamonds, okay? Excellent. Okay, so that is the first thing we wanted to do. We wanted to get that done. And now we're just going to leave the diamonds in this blank room. Sure. Diamonds are important because the diamonds will get us in where we want to go. So, that guy dealt with and the diamonds safely stashed away. That means there's going to be no assassination and there's no time limit. So now it's time for us to move on to the next part. And the first person who's going to have an accident is the female assassin who's down on the street. She will semi-regularly hang around this area. So, just clamber up around the outside of all this stuff. And place the bomb on the winch. Why are we placing the bomb on the winch? Because some crazy lunatic has decided to hang a piano from a winch and just leave it overnight because it can probably wait till, because you know they're just assuming it's going to wait till morning. So the story of this mission, while we're just waiting for the assassin to show up, is there's a politician going around on a float and there's 3 people dressed as black crows who are supposedly going to try and assassinate this politician. And we have to stop that happening. In fact, that might be the politician floating by right this second, because I think that looks like there are... yeah, that might be them. Actually, I don't know if that's them floating past. One of the things I love about this mission is nobody really shows up on the map. Because obviously, you know, they shouldn't. Because it's an immensely crowded area. There's no way I will be able to accurately track these people. So, here she is. And she's going to decide that the best place to take this conversation she's having on her walkie-talkie is directly under the piano. Oops. Are you okay? You okay? You don't look great. In fact, you've kind of melted. Which I don't think any of us were expecting. Piano is now full of blood. That's very sad. The police officer literally just walked past the situation, just said, yeah, nothing to see here. And these 2 guys have just decided, yeah, it's fine, just go back to our drinks. She is kind of supposed to drop a walkie-talkie, which unfortunately I think may have been kind of crushed onto the piano. Downside of this method. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so she's been dealt with. That's number 1, and that was an accident. Next, let's head back to our bird costume. Now, as I'm about to be heading into the belly of the beast, I also need to stash my guns somewhere. Silverballer, my old friend, you stay here for a minute. They'll almost certainly scan me on the door, I'm pretty certain they will, but standard rules apply. You're not allowed to take in any guns, but they will mysteriously fail to detect bombs, syringes, detonators, fibre wire, pretty much anything. So this building right at the end is where the big bad lives. So just head up to the door. Obviously the game really wants me to place the mine. I don't want to place the mine. This guy will try and join me in the main meeting room. I don't want him to do that. So he's just had an accident. Shame. And now I can come in here, just put down the diamond's briefcase.
That's right.
Hey, Boo. I'm in place over the rock party at the Rockers Joint Bar.
And yeah, a couple of shoves. A little bit unelegant, but a couple of shoves and he'll be off. If you want to, you can now just have the diamond's briefcase back again. No one's going to stop you taking that. So that's nice. I'm not going to on this particular occasion because it'll slow me down. But it's a really easy way of just helping yourself to a bit more money if you happen to be that way inclined. So that's 2 people dead by accident, and now we have the 3rd one. Time to get out of this suit because this suit is kind of tangentially connected to a couple of murders, which is bad. Now, let's go find our 3rd assassin. And unfortunately, the walkie-talkie would tell me where he is, but the walkie-talkie is unfortunately been slightly crushed underneath the piano. That's not happening this particular instance. So we're heading to the Rocker's Choice. I just quickly checked all 3, so I know this is where he is. I'm supposed to know anyway because Angelina's supposed to drop a walkie-talkie that tells you which place the 3rd assassin is in. The only reason I do not know is because, yeah, the game bugged out a little bit on me. Yeah, I was just walking through here and I hadn't realised there's a girl that just stands in the corner who doesn't have anyone to dance with, and I feel really quite bad. So I'm just gonna fix that. My eyes are up here. Wow. Okay. Just check your keyholes in this mission just to figure out which bit they're in. There we go. Strongly recommend do not try and push him off the balcony. Someone will see you. Instead, just hide in that corner, wait for him to pop out, wait for him to come back in, and then just deal with him that way. Then human shield him. Because the far safer way to deal with this chap is not to push him over the balcony out to the street. As dramatic as that, dramatic as that is. What I'm playing with here is a game of Hitman Blood Money's temperamental physics. Now, either of these things ought to kill him. Unfortunately, there's no rail there, so I can't just toss him over the rail for a free kill. Tossing him down the stairs will sometimes lead to a kill, sometimes won't. Tossing someone over the ledge where there would be a rail, but there actually isn't, can sometimes lead to a kill, but it's not always. But it's not guaranteed at all. So okay, yeah, we're gonna go for this. Yes! Oh yes! Oh, that actually worked. If you're too close to the edge, it won't work. If you're too far away from the edge, he'll just fall over and then get back up again. Oh, good. Okay. There we are. All objectives completed. Oh, this has taken quite a few attempts. You know what, just to be fashionable, I'm going to wear Raymond's suit out, I think. I think that's what I'm going to wear out of the mission. Because I think we can all agree there is nothing more snazzy than a crow. Okay, does anyone feel like opening fire on me for no well-explained reason? No? That is excellent news. And escape. Oh no! Not quite perfect. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take it. I've spent ages doing the various bits of this mission, but there were no kills and there were 4 accidents. I'm not actually sure when my cover was blown. I really was not wearing... Oh, was it when I was dressed as the red guy? Oh yeah, it was the 4th guy was the bodyguard. The 4th guy was the bodyguard who would have gone in the main office with the big bad, and he briefly, my cover was blown because he saw me push him, so I was into red. You know what, I'm willing to take that. 4 accidents, no kills, no noise, no violence, still professional, not silent assassin, not the perfect ranking, but I'm going to take it because this mission is really not easy to, really not easy at all to do that way. So let's do it some fun other ways. And the main thing I want to focus on actually during this little bonus bit is I just want to go over sniping spots, because there are some really fun, interesting sniping spots in this mission. So let's head to the area where we dropped Piano, and there's our crow wandering off now. She's just going to go away. So head up that guttering, and you're in this just little, I don't really know what it is. It's just a thing, isn't it? Now, the nice thing about this area, great little sniper's nest. It's almost like it was built as a sniper's nest. And it's absolutely perfect. And the thing it's absolutely perfect for is that room in front of you there. Yep. It's one of the targets. Straight ahead of you, clean shot, right to the head, no problem whatsoever. Meanwhile, while she wanders all over the place, Angelina, that can be very, very annoying to deal with. She does, however, have a fixed starting point. She always starts from underneath the piano. So that can mean that if you are wanting to do this kind of speedrun style, you can catch her pretty much straight away right here. Police officer doesn't see, doesn't mind. Does a bit of be looking straight at it though. Oh, we actually saw it that time. Just going to help myself to the walkie-talkie there before I head on my way. I'm sure he doesn't need to question me or anything. Aha. So now I've got the walkie-talkie, you can see suddenly there actually is a red mark for the second assassin on my person. And I know that the person in question is going to be up there. Now, knowing where the second assassin is remarkably useful. And that's because you can be a very super awesome counter-sniper a large part of the time. So in the case of the Blues Oyster, you're actually in a very fortunate position because the hotel that you start in is directly opposite that. So in this particular case, from this room, which I've just borrowed from its actual occupants, I have a clear line of sight to our next assassin. Down he goes. Nice and easy. You don't have to do it that way. You can also, obviously, in all three cases, you can sneak up behind them and either arrange an accident or whatever else you want to do. So what you really want to be keeping an eye on is just all the little side doors around the little back street areas. So this is the one you saw in the first little run through. So just head upstairs from here. And you will find a man watching TV. He was watching TV, he's not anymore. And this apartment is insanely important because that there is one of the 3 potential apartments the assassin can be in. If he happens to be at the Latin Fever, then he can be here. And then you've got a really nice clear line of sight shot at him there. Obviously, you could have just sedated this person. I didn't feel like it. Meanwhile, you can climb up this here pole. It's probably guttering again. World's strongest guttering. Hop across into this apartment. Taking your briefcase with you, obviously. And it's a man with the world's worst peripheral vision. So just head through his apartment. And you have the 3rd interesting snipey spot. Which is, there we are, that was the, I'm sure you can see that's the ledge that he was on in the first run that I did. So, other fun fact, you can't pop the inflatables. So all that's good if you're some sort of awesome sniper. If you're more of a deranged bomber sort, then obviously the most fun thing that you can do is take the diamonds briefcase and fill it with explosives and then drop it off yourself. And what you can also do, of course, you don't even need to drop it off yourself. When that guy who we followed puts it down in the alleyway, you can put a mine in it and then just walk away and he will take it there anyway. And when it's opened up by the big bad, everyone in the room will be standing close enough to it to be killed instantly, which is very, very fun. But that's kind of, you know, a lot of people know that you can put a bomb in a briefcase. We did the bomb in a toolkit thing in curtains down, so I feel like that's not that interesting. So instead, what I'm going to say is we try the building next door, because next door to the big bad there is a thing called old books, and I like old bookstores. All bookstores. I don't know why I just pronounced it like that. Just let that guy through. Try to avoid him stopping you, and you can wander around his old bookstore, which is cool because his old bookstore's awesome because it's an old bookstore. And then just head upstairs. You can find yourself in an old attic room, and you'll find at the end of the attic room some hastily put together wooden planks, and you can probably see what's on the other side there. I think you could see it there for a second. It's one of our people. So then, just walk away. Obviously, if you've got the long-range detonator, you can be quite far away from this, so it's not to be worried about. And he's dead. And the other area, the only area we haven't seen yet, is there is a police area where the police hang out. There, and it's just this central street here. It is completely uninteresting. There's nothing good. It doesn't, you know, there's nothing of any interest here. It has one way into the square that we've been into plenty of times. The only things that are here of any interest whatsoever are, one, there's a cache of police guns, but they're boring guns. There's nothing kind of new or interesting there. More interestingly, people can get dragged here. Corpses get dragged here if corpses are discovered. So if, for example, Angelina died and the police body bagged her up and dragged her off somewhere, she'll be here in case you want to get the walkie-talkie off her. So there you are. I think that's enough of Murder of Crows. Murder of Crows it's a fun little mission, but there's not a vast amount of flexibility built into it. Kind of the randomness all comes from the assassins' locations. But yeah, there's not actually a vast amount more there than what you've already seen. There's not really that many hidden accidents or anything like that. It's all about good ways of finding the assassins and good sniper spots for taking them out, and I've covered those. So that's really all there is to that's all there really is to a Murder of Crows. But yes, we will be moving on with more Hitman Blood Money next time. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. I love playing Hitman Blood Money. It's just such a fantastic game. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. I've been John. This has been Miniature Nerd, and this has been Hitman Blood Money, No Kill, and some other stuff too. Thank you very much, and goodbye.